Niderka got some wickets in the previous matches also.
I was very curious, and that's where I asked Ahmed Raza earlier this evening that whether any of his bowlers can bowl a bouncer. I've not seen anybody bowling a bouncer in the women's cricket. But if I'm honest enough, my question was actually, can Samaira Dharnidarka bowl a bouncer? Because I don't think anybody else can.
We discussed it in the morning about this women's bowling, the bouncers. And you mentioned one of the great left-arm fast bowlers of the UAE, who is now in England doing the job for them. Well, I think if she can try, he had got the base. She knows at the last jumping at the before striding the ball. She have that power to put it all in that dugout from the wicket. And from there we can see some bouncer. But of course, again, it's an art for the fast bowlers to bowl on.
Mahika Gaur is the player that you're talking about. She used to play for UAE. Now she's in England. 1.92 meters of height. And that is where she was very effective. Left arm pacer.
And a very strong body with the pace, of course. Yes, you have that much height with the strong body. Definitely you can generate lot of pace off the wicket.
I asked Google who is the tallest female cricketer in the world, and the Google answers Mahika Gaur, 6 feet 4 inches. And if you're delivering right up from probably 7 feet, 7.5, 8 feet, that's the point of release for Mahika Gaur. I'm sure she can bowl a bouncer.
Onto the back foot this time. Finally got off to a single. A very decent over from Dhanidirka. Over number 1. Gone. 1 for a wicket, Kuwait.
They hunt in pairs. Samaira Dharnidarka, who bowled the last over from the Oman tail end and from the Oman LNG end. We have Induja Nandakumar, another pacer from UAE. Although she's not one of the quickest, but she's very accurate, does bring the ball into the right-hander.
She got some wicket in the last match. I think 3 wickets she has taken. Very tidy bowler, trying to bowl within the stump, not with the pace. Outside the off stump.
And what makes her really effective is that wicket-keeper, a live wire, Tirtha Satish, right behind the stumps. Really want to know whether she's chirpy or not. Still to find a wicket-keeper who is not chirpy, but still that question.
Once the match will go further, we can come to know that. Onto the back foot. Picks the gap nicely. But cover is there. So one more run to the total. A very, very keen battle is on to now. These two sides are one of the best in the Gulf. And one of them has to prove, of course, UAE has an edge, but Kuwait, how come in this match they have come, that we'll be going to see.
Really have to take my anxiety pills. First, the question whether whether any of these associate women's cricketer can bowl a bouncer. And now, whether the women's cricketer are chirpy or not.
Current Gulf countries women's cricket, well, we have not seen yet in this tournament. All the 6 nations are here. Turn relax, I'd rather appeal for ILBW talking about that, whether to go for the DRS or not.
Two umpires on duty. We obviously have Miss Meera Bhanushali at the bowler's end, and at the striker's end it is Gopakumar Pillai. Big in swinger once again from Hinduja. Nand Kumar. Gets a little difficult when you have bowlers who are bowling in swing to you, and UAE have got 2 bowlers bowling some decent in swingers. They bowled 8 overs on the trot in the previous game.
Yeah, of course, this time the opponents are a bit different, but of course, yes, so far so good. They have contained the Kuwaiti batters, especially Zifa Jilani. She is among the top runs from Kuwait in this tournament so far.
I'm still not in the agreement that UAE are able to produce women's cricketer in this quantity, in this quality, because of extra number of games. There has to be a reason behind it.
Talk about this after this over. I had this question with the captain of UAE.
Big shot in the air. Does find the gap. There is a player in the deep. Will keep it down to a single. Tirtha Satish has been kept busy behind the stumps. 2 overs down 3 without losing a wicket, Kuwait.
So Dharka will continue to bowl the 3rd over. Talking about what you're talking about, I asked her about, because UAE is the place where all through the years teams are coming, women teams are coming. They are playing so many tournaments in UAE. Abundance of, you can say, not too much people are there for that, but there are lots of budding cricketers, women cricketers waiting for the UAE to come into the team. With that much vast experience with them, contrary to all other countries like Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain and Qatar, they do have that advantage of that.
Samara Darnidarka, the big in swinger, the fierce pacer from UAE, is asking some decent questions here under lights at the Oman Cricket Academy, and at the moment Kuwait just don't have the answer. What I feel is that a rule in the Oman cricket domestic circuit which has worked so well in the development of the locals, that is, every domestic side has to play a local. Once again, the big in swinger, a little bit of an inside edge, and they'll scamper for a single. If that rule can be replicated in the domestic circuit, in the juniors to start off, that every under 13, under 16, under 19 team has to carry maybe 2 women's cricketer, that could play a big role.
Well, this rule was inducted into Oman cricket since 1986 and 87 to have 1 Omani player in each team. And correctly said, if this would have been gone for the girls team also, definitely it will boost more players to come up.
The development of the local cricketers is so much that there is a team that is supposed to be flying next year I'm not sure for what that is. That is, I think, for the Olympics, if I'm not making a mistake, or Asian Games. It's an all Omani side that is going to be travelling. And it's a fierce side. It's a very competitive side. Not able to get underneath the ball at the moment. Zifa Jalani is a fierce striker. But against the quality bowling attack of UAE, at the moment, Zifa Jalani won't be wrong in saying that she's struggling.
Absolute brilliant bowling from the UAE bowlers, keeping the ball into the stumps, moving in and out, short of the length, no width to the batter to play on. That's the quality of these bowlers, keeping the Kuwaiti batters totally bogged down.
And what I like is that attitude of Samaira Dharni Darka, a fast bowler's attitude. We used to talk about 1980s, the West Indian attack. Never a smile on Samaira's face. Always breathing fire. Being in swinger once again. So 2 overs. She's conceded just 2 runs. And it's working for UAE at the moment. 3 overs done, 4 without losing a wicket. Induja Nandakumar continues from the Oman LNG end. Shot mid-on. As Amna Sharif rotates the strike and brings Zifa Jalani on top. This is going to be interesting because Zifa Jalani, I think, has had her bit. 12 deliveries of fierce Samaira Dharni Darka, and now she would want to go after Induja Nandakumar.
Well, I don't think she might wait for another 1 over or 2 because I remember the first match she played. It was in the air but straight to the fielder. In the first match, she was a bit bogged down in the early stages of the game, but later on, she come out with all the shots in her kitty. Got about 56, 70 runs in that match.
It is 3.2 at the moment, and the next 4 are action deliveries. Take my word for it. If Zifa Jalani is on strike for the next 4 deliveries, every delivery something is going to be happening. Big shot, straight up in the air, fielder coming underneath it. It was almost certain that Zifa Jalani was under pressure, was frustrated, was furious. And that was all because of Samaira Dharni Darka and the first visuals of the slower Induja Nandakumar, and Zifa Jalani looks to cut loose. And as a result, she's going to be losing her wicket.
Absolute brilliant bowling from Nandakumar this time. Just, I think, slowed down a bit. And she tried to heave it over mid-off. And a very, very good, simple catch. So the first wicket finally came off. And that is to none other than Zifa Jalani.
Big wicket. It's a big wicket for UAE as Zifa Jalani has done a lot of damage for Kuwait. But she's going to be walking back to the dugout without doing much assistance to the scoreboard. Just 2 of 14. Kuwait lose their first wicket for 5. You tell me, man. Super fast.
First blow to Kuwaiti batting. The star batter, Zifa Jalani, back to the dugout. Some brilliant bowling from Nandakumar. The pressure putting on those batters definitely, is the result of that wicket. She tried to get some run out of it, and that is the era where the UAE captain must be very happy that her decision to bowl first is now coming up.
This is what happened. Back of line delivery, and Zifa Jalani was getting rusty in the middle. Vaishnavi Mahesh was never going to be missing out on something as simple as that. They're a brilliant fielding side. Ahmed Raza is a big factor behind it. Mariam Omar. At this point of time, if Kuwait is looking at a batter to be in the middle, it has to be Mariam Omar, the very experienced Mariam Omar. Goes on the back foot. This is what makes Mariam Omar very special. She will charge at you, she will go deep into the crease, she'll make you play with your lens.
Well, the intention looks to be quite clear from Mariam Omar. The very first delivery just placed nicely between the two fielders and got off to a single. So far, UAE has a strong hand on Kuwait. Nicely bowled. Top edge. That's the variety, that's the success of the bowlers who are bowling now within the wickets, keeping up it short, no width to the batters, and finally succeeded in getting the wickets.
Certainly, one of the most experienced players in the middle. Amna Sharif has been around for a while. Mariam Omar has been around for a while as well. Goes on the back foot, and never a great sign when you're closing the face of the bat. Amna Sharif survives this one. 4 overs done. 6 for the loss of 1 Kuwait. Mariam Omar, 36 innings, 637 runs, an highest of 65 not out, an average just around 20, strike rate around 80. So she's a player to watch out for. She's got 250s in her career, 62 boundaries and 1 maximum, so she can tonk the ball around as well. But if there is a day when Kuwait needs a player, when Kuwait needs Mariam Omar, it is today. An engineer and a cricketer.
Absolutely, yes. She must have to come up with some good batting. Nidharka continuing to bowl. Oh, that was a very, very close. Kept a bit low. Wrapped on the pad.
Samara Nidharka almost bowls as if she's bowling in video games. Every ball executed to perfection. Just hits the ball around good length and underlights. There is a little bit of a moisture. An early advantage for UAE, and that's where no chance whatsoever. A little bit of a width on this occasion. Mariam Omar happy to go on the back foot. Experience comes to the advantage of Kuwait at the moment. They need Mariam Omar to play a big knock today.
Well, that shows how much professional UAE team is now. Everyone is focused on her role, and they bowled according to the situation. This time once again into the block hole.
Fierce as it can get. Samara Nidharka dealing in dot balls. At the moment, Kuwait are just trying to survive through that storm of Samara Nidharka.
Attacking bowling from her. Just moving into the batters. No giving, no chance, no width. Once again, absolutely spot on.
What a visual it is to see somebody like Samara Dharnidarka charging in. Wouldn't a cricketer be tempted to try something else? Here you have Samara Dharnidarka who is sticking to the basics just around the good length area. She's delivered 16 deliveries. 15 of them have been at good length. Only once she's gone fuller, and all in swingers. Once again, point blank accuracy from Samara Dharnidarka.
Absolutely, yes. Not giving any single chance for the batters to come up with some shots. Just pinpoint bowling, you can say a bit.
Catching a red, Samara Dharnidarka, and charges in. Once again, sticking to that area of good length. Samara Dharnidarka, take a bow. What an incredible spell are you bowling. Finishes with a maiden this over. 6 for the loss of 1 Kuwait.
On one end, you have Samira Dharnidarka. On the other end, there's Induja Nandakumar. There's no respite for the two batters out there in the middle from Kuwait. Looks to just grab that single. There was that opportunity. Amna Sharif, well adept and negotiates it to safety. So some runs here. And also introducing my co-commentator, Freddie. And what do you have to say about the two hunters out there for UAE at the moment?
Thank you, Wagle Sab. The UAE bowlers have completely tied down the Kuwaiti batters, not giving away anything. They have completely tied them down.
Just a bit off on the timing at the moment. That pace coming in very, very quickly, more quicker than you can imagine. I believe there's a little bit of play in that surface as well. If the ball is slow, is not coming up to that expected height, which means the batters really need to bend a little bit more towards the delivery.
Also, these two bowlers, Dharnidarka and Nandakumar, they've been spot on, not giving away anything to the batters. And though we are coming to the end of the power play, they have not given away anything to the batters, and Kuwait have been completely tied down by these two bowlers.
I think this could be a ploy as well. Normally, Mariam Omar and Amna Sharif, they're experienced campaigners for Kuwait. Been there, done that plenty of times. What's also going to happen is that they would want to see off these two bowlers who are breathing fire at the moment and probably take their chances against the slower bowlers who could be a little bit to their liking. This time gets a little bit of bat onto it, guides it towards the fine leg area, long chase for Thompson, a relay, and that's it. It's just going to be a couple of runs, and that's what UAE does to you. And there's so much professionalism. They will make sure that nothing gets out of hand, nothing at all.
Both these batters, Mariam Omar and Amna Sharif, they need to bring out all their experience. I think earlier this year they have played in the Malaysian Super Women's League, so they need to bring out this experience if they need to get the scoreboard moving upwards.
And that's where experience counts. They've been serving Kuwait cricket for so long. Plays it back to the bowler. And do you believe this is the right ploy when you know that the opposition is such a big mammoth, and it's a mammoth side, it's a fairly advanced side, the United Arab Emirates? Do you think the tactics could be right, as in wait for the slower bowlers which are a little more towards your comfort level in dealing.
The ploy could be right, but then they have been too slow. 9 runs, just 9 runs in the power play, and they have lost a wicket. So they need to get a move on.
Just like that, we are done with over number 6. Kuwait are 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. This has been an exceptional outing in the power play by the 2 pacers. Just got to wait and watch if Samaira Dharni and Indu Nankumar are bowled out. Here's a look at how things started. Winning the toss and electing to bowl, and immediately Induja has certainly answered her captain's call. No big shots yet from the Kuwaiti batters. That means the highlights package or the highlights reel would only feature that wicket of the bigwig of Kuwait batting, and that's Zifa Jilani back in the hut. Now this is going to hurt Kuwait at the moment. A fearless batter back in the hut. So hence Amna Sharif and Mariam Omar need to probably get going. Samaira Dharni will bowl out. They're going for the kill. Oh, brilliantly managed. That extra bit of bounce, higher bounce, more than expected from the kind of bowlers that you would see in a tournament like this. Samaira Dharni is breathing fire.
Samaira is not giving away anything. There was a little bit extra bounce in that delivery, and the batter did well to play it off.
Rare loosener from Samaira Dharni, and by loosener it's not a bad ball, it's just that it's off the radar by a bit, by mere hairline of margins. She'll have to bowl that one again. I don't think she's going to mind doing that. We'll give her another chance to pick up a wicket. Oh, keeps it outside the off stump. That was rapid, skidding on to the surface.
That was quick. Dharni is going all out now.
It's the last over for Samaira Dharni. She'll complete her spell. She would really be wanting to add to that wickets column, because otherwise it's been an absolute pristine, clean and clear spell. Worked away towards the onside. The keeper onto it in a flash. A single will be taken nonetheless by Amna Sharif.
Yeah, the keeper Tirtha Satish has been kept busy all throughout. Good work from her. She did well to cover up.
When you know you're bowling such a clinical spell, what's that one thing you would want to do to ensure that you also get a little bit of success in the form of wickets for a pace bowler like Samaira Dharni?
At the moment, Samaira is just coming, steaming and bowling wicket to wicket, and just hoping that the batsman makes a mistake here. She's been bowling fire, she's been breathing fire. She's just given away 4 runs in her, 3 runs rather, in her spell so far.
Makes you wonder if she's got some of those change-up deliveries, some of those back-of-the-hand deliveries, because a person like Samaira Dharni, she's got so much skill in her. Once again, just played it out to the fielder, looking to take that quick single, deciding to go against it then.
I'm sure these 2 batters, Mariam and Amna, will be happy to see the back of Dharni. She's coming to the last ball of her spell.
It's got to be a slow one. Oh, nearly there, Samaira Dharni. A single to end Samaira's over. She's finished her spell. She's given away only 4 runs and dot ball after dot ball in her spell. Kuwait end over number 7, 12 for 1. It's time for the slower bowlers to get in action. Michelle Botha will be given the first rights just after the power play. So Captain Isha Oza backing her pace battery, Samaira and Indu, to probably dent the hopes of the Kuwaiti batting lineup. At the moment, they've just got one wicket that counts as a success, but look at that runs. It's 7 overs and only 12. There you go, much more comfortable now. Mariam Omar and Amna Sharif. The moment the slower bowlers come, they'll look to work the fields, and that's where experience counts, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is the time I think these two batters will now look to get their runs a little more quicker.
Plays it back to the bowler. And it's not only about scoring big runs. It's not only about scoring those important boundaries and sixes. It's also about how well you can accumulate runs, collect them in the forms of singles and doubles, work the gaps that will keep the scoreboard ticking, increase you in confidence and get you in the game. Works it away towards the onside. Now another run being taken by Amna Sharif. And look at that, the running between the wicket. Both of these are so super fit. They will look forward to answering each other's calls.
Also, these two are well experienced batters and they have a good understanding among themselves. So they should bring out all their experience now and start to looking at finding the gaps and scoring the runs.
Bit of a change now, realizing that Mariam Omar and Amna Sharif are looking to milk that square leg region for singles, looking to plug that gap. But what this also does is leaves that fine leg region open. So pretty much a risk taken by Isha Oza. Absolutely. Mariam Omar now trying to aim towards that fine leg region. In the process, Michelle Botha has conceded a wide. Just in time, back to base. Amna Sharif, she literally took off from that non-striker's end, expecting to be taking in the single. Mariam Omar only wise enough, saying no, nothing doing. Oh, this is a good shout, and up goes the finger. Mariam Omar has to depart. This was caught plump in front of middle stump.
Mariam Omar has straight away gone for the DRS, and umpire Mira Bansali has asked the assistance of the third umpire.
That's the beauty, or that's the fun of having an umpire with us, a fellow experienced umpire with us in the comm box. The moment there was an appeal, immediately I'm looking at you, Freddie Sub, and just that urge for you to just raise your finger up there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's having been umpiring for so many years, it comes instinctively. But it's good fun taking up this role as a commentator now.
A mid-pitch discussion between Amna Sharif and Mariam Omar. This decision going towards UAE's way, but then the DRS will now come into play. Isha was very, very confident when she asked Kuwait to bat first, knowing that she can back her bowlers to make this a fantastic affair. Look at that, putting up a show there, UAE.
We have a very experienced TV umpire, Mr. Hari Krishna from the ICC panel. He's taking his time, making sure he gives the correct decision. Meanwhile, the UAE girls seem to be enjoying themselves out in the middle.
Not so much these two. This pair, they've got a little worrisome and troubled times ahead, especially if this one does not go their way. Mariam Omar, highly experienced. You could see that she literally stuck to plan, and I do believe that that was the plan, to see off the pace and the fury spells of Samaira and Indu. From there onwards, they were looking comfortable only until being trapped leg before Mariam Omar. A bit too cautious.
We are still waiting for the DRS and the decision from the TV umpire, Mr. Hari Krishna. Umpire Meera Bansali, I understand, is the first lady or female umpire from Oman to officiate in an international match. So good luck to her.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only this, she's also been officiating matches in the men's leagues as well around the domestic circuit. And that probably gives us all that more experience to be in the mix of things, because it's much more fast paced and there's so much aggression out there, adrenaline, and there's so many more technicalities that come into play. At the same time, even women's cricket, as a matter of fact, because everybody is so technically sound, you get your times and you get to do or make decisions that are not normally there to be made.
Meera Bansali made her debut in the Premier League and I was a partner. So first match she partnered with me. We have DRS coming up. It's a fair delivery. It's pitching in line, doesn't seem to have anything on the bat. However, we'll have to wait for the ball tracking. Waiting for Nixon's, and let's see what Nixon's gives us.
Certainly does seem to be a little bit of extra bounce that Michelle Botha has managed to grab out there. It's those some sort of areas where you get that spongy bit of bounce. Under lights, the pitch does seem to behave a little differently, isn't it?
Definitely, it's behaving a little different from the earlier two matches which we saw today. There seems to be a little extra bounce. That's the only thing which could save her, if at all, if she's going to be saved.
Let's have a look at that Nixon's now. Does seem to be daylight between bat and ball as it crosses the bat. Immediately, all eyes on that signal. Outside of impact in line, the trajectory is important. Oh, this is close. And yes, it shows it's hitting. So it's out. And Mariam Omar will lose this wicket along with a review for her team, Kuwait. Second wicket down, Michelle Botha has struck into what seemed like some sort of a resistance by the two experienced personnels out there for Kuwait. Mariam Omar walks for 5. It's 15 for the loss of 2 wickets, Kuwait.
So Botha struck straight away in her first over.
One more ball remaining in this over. Michelle Botha has got a little bit of success onto it. It's going to be Shanti Balasubramanian who will join Amna Sharif, another experienced operator. They'll just look to stay steady. 8 overs gone. Kuwait are 15 for the loss of 2. Vaishnavi Mahesh, belated birthday greetings for her. Celebrated her birthday day before, or the night before yesterday. And she is up right now for UAE. Very, very impressive operator, especially in those middle overs. Highly skilled as well. Oh, this is done over. Amna Sharif now has to walk back into the pavilion. You can't keep Vaishnavi Mahesh wicketless for far too long. She's too skilled for that.
So Vaishnavi Mahesh also striking straight away as she's brought into the attack. Good bowling change by the captain. Both the bowlers have struck.
Yeah, just have a look at that. What an area to deliver that ball. Instead of turning away from the right-hander, this one just stayed its own trajectory and crashed into the stumps. Amna Sharif has to depart. Kuwait are 15 for the loss of 3. Sabreen Zaki is the new batter in. She's a left-handed handy bat, as a matter of fact, knows how to hit those big shots, lusty blows, loves playing towards that offside area, and immediately you can see the fielder has been placed outside at cover boundary, a few paces inside the boundary in order to grab a chance if it arises. Oh, this is close, and up goes the finger. Back-to-back wickets for Vaishnavi Mahesh. Has she been wrapped on the back leg? And that will be very, very interesting to see. No contest whatsoever from Sabreen Zaki. So I guess this is a good shout. And this one certainly goes UAE's way. 4th wicket down.
2 out of 2 for Vaishnavi Mahesh. And Kuwait now reeling at 15 for 4.
Yeah, just have a look at that once again. Great delivery stride. This one was tossed up. I do think it did a bit too much though. Got some sort of grip from the surface. But Sabreen Zaki, without any objection, just turns and heads back to the pavilion. So I probably would be thinking a bit too much. But Vaishnavi Mahesh, what an area to bowl.
Yeah, so Vaishnavi Mahesh spot on as she has come into the attack. 2 out of 2. And this is the hat-trick ball. Let's see what she's coming up with.
Yes, all eyes on this. It's Khalil who's on strike. Right-handed bat. As a leg spinner, Vaishnavi Mahesh would be absolutely delighted to have this sort. Captain Isha Oza now looking to place herself at first slip, just in case there is an induced edge. Khatija Khalil, can she ward off this hat-trick delivery? Vaishnavi Mahesh, a belated birthday gift if this one goes her way. Look at that. There is a leg slip, there is a first slip, there is somebody at catching covers, there is mid-off inside the circle, point is up ahead. Oh, this is close. I think this has been spilt over. She nearly played it on, Khatija Khalil.
Excellent bowling by Vaishnavi. No answers from the batters.
I think they're going in for the kill. Have a look at that. No change in the field. They can certainly sense something here. She's tossed it up once again. There's a good shout. No, says the umpire, Gopakumar. And I think rightly so.
Absolutely. That ball was going down the leg. But Vaishnavi, what a spell. Spot on. Bothering the batters.
Once again, tossing it up. Going for the risky shot. Khatija Khalil will have to adapt and will have to persist if she has to stay out there in the middle for too long. 9 overs done, 15 for the loss of 4 Kuwait. Michelle Botha continues. Is there a catch? No, not able to put in the dive. Was a tough chance, to be fair, to that fielder at mid-off.
Yeah, she had a fair bit of ground to cover and then put in the dive. But anyway, it ends up in a single.
But that's the quality of UAE cricket. You would actually expect them to do that as well. Playing like super girls here. Oh, gets a little bit of bat onto it, I believe. All eyes on umpire Mira to see what she signals. Faint tickle towards fine leg. And I think it's off the bat. No, it's not. It's teasing us, I guess.
Leg by is signaled by umpire Mira bin Sali.
Yeah, just 4 deliveries away from the halfway mark. At the moment, Kuwait reeling under pressure. Tossed it up. This is a good delivery. Straight into the hands of the fielder on the offside. I think they're bowling the right areas. Do you still, although, want Michelle Botha and Vaishnavi Mahesh to pull that length a little bit more shorter? Ask the batters to take a riskier route.
I think right now what they're doing is they're just going for the kill, and I'm sure they know what they're doing. The Kuwaiti batters, unfortunately, are not able to respond. They are just completely tied down at this moment.
Punches it off the back foot. Not enough power onto it to get past that fielder at point. But what I really want them to do is to pull that length a bit back. They're bowling those attacking lengths. By just pulling that length back, what they would do is ask the batter to hit a shot like this. Playing it through the line, and this one's through the hands of that fielder. It's Induja. And she'll know the pain of dropping a catch, because as a bowler you would want all your catches to be taken by the fielders to back you up.
Yeah, gives it a smack. Unfortunately, Induja couldn't hold on to it. I don't see good body language there, but it's end of 10 overs and time for the drinks. It's 19 for 4.
players refresh themselves. Kuwait is really in a very, very bad situation. Just 19 runs on board. Half of the overs has been bowled out. Absolutely brilliant piece of pace and spin bowling from UAE bowlers. Mahesh is absolutely looks to be unplayable all through last 2 overs now.
She's just bowling it straight. Unfortunately, the batters are not able to read her. This time the batter has struck that ball hard on the leg side. Take a single. She wants to go back for the second, but rightly refused by the non-striker.
Tough time for Kuwait. They have been through in the last 2 matches. Some very good batting they have done. But today, testing time for them against one of the best teams in this tournament, UAE, no doubt about that.
We have seen in the last 3 days, there's a huge gap between UAE and the other teams. The quality of cricket played by UAE seemed to be far superior.
Onto the back foot this time. She's tempting the batter to cut. Got an edge for the wicket keeper, and the fielder cover is there on the gully. Composed, well planned. Tried to smash it, misses it completely by the wicket keeper as well.
Got a little bit of bat and manages to get a single.
So far, no match. Nobody's playing comfortably, the UAE bowlers. In the air, it's going towards the sweeper cover. How much difficult for Kuwait to get runs. Even the singles are not coming. That's the quality of UAE bowlers.
Another mighty whack to the mid-wicket region, and they run through for another single. With that, we come to the end of 11 overs, and Kuwait are at 23 for 4.
Michelle Botha bowling a third over. What a spell she has got. 2 overs, 1 for 5. Onto the back foot this time. Rather than once again, it's a beautifully bowled armour one coming to the batter, and the wickets castled. Wicket number 5.
So Michelle Botha struck again. The Kuwaiti batters having no answer to the UAE bowlers. Here we can see Botha bowling. Oh, that's an armour, and straight onto the stumps. Crashes into the middle and leg. So Kuwait have lost their 5th wicket.
It's totally contrasting matches we have seen. Couple of matches we have seen Saudi are struggling, and now today Kuwait, one of the strongest team in this tournament apart from UAE, struggling to get with some absolutely brilliant bowling by the UAE bowlers. First it was the seamers, Narni Dharka, Anand Kumar, and now it is Michelle Botha.
New batter is Suchita Lita Desa, the wicket keeper. Let's see what she can do.
Currently, everything goes in favor of UAE. They have come out with a plan. Chance of a run out.
She works it down the leg side and go through for a quick single, and this is going to be trouble. And yes,
Last nail. Absolutely needless run out. Wicket stumbling at one end.
here she comes. She plays it down the leg side. The bowler picks it up and throws it, and they try to go for the overthrow, but there was no proper response from Khadija, and Desa has to go back, unfortunately.
Well, I think the first run taken, she gone totally at least 5 yards more than the crease, and she ran for the second run, which was not there at all. And what else you need? It has to be checked who is going to be out.
The umpires have asked the batter to wait. They want to check something. Probably they want to check if the bails were removed correctly. The batter was nowhere in sight, but still they want to do a check.
It's good that whenever you do have a small confusion, that's good thing you have to wait and check with the third umpire. Though the things looks to be quite easy at the moment, it was also whipped off the bails. But again, they have to ensure whatever they have decided is confirmed.
So some more work for umpire Hari Krishna, who is the TV umpire in today's game.
I was thinking that that was no point of running the second one. They have taken the first one quite comfortably. An overthrow. Look at that one.
They probably want to check if the batsman had crossed and who will be the batsman who's out, who will be the batter who's out. So that's the confusion there. So doing the right thing by having the TV umpire to do the checking.
Both the batters came at the same point.
Khadija Khalil, I feel, was within her ground. She had not moved out of the crease. So anyhow, let's wait for the decision from the TV umpire.
Well, I feel her feet looks to be on the crease. So that's the area where I think umpire has to see who is going to be heading back to the dugout. Tough question for the third umpires. Finally, wicket number 6, a needless run out at the time when Kuwait was needing some runs at least from any of the remaining batters. Totally misunderstanding results in a run out.
Kuwait are in shambles now, 24 for 6. They still have 8.3 overs left in the kitty, but only 4 wickets in hand.
What a match. Totally unexpected from Kuwait. This time tried to heave it in the air. And yes, wicket number 7. What a spell from Michelle Botha. Wicket number 3 for her.
Another one bites the dust, up in the air.
Absolutely disappointing batting from Kuwait. We have a lot of regard for the Kuwaiti batter, but today they have crumbled against some beautiful seam and spin bowling from UAE. Some irresponsible shots, cross-bat shots, results in the disastrous situation Kuwait is facing now. 7th wicket down and only 24 on the board.
This all appears too easy for UAE. The bowlers are not giving away anything, keeping it tight, and the Kuwaiti batters struggling to put the runs on the board. 24 for 7, 3 wickets in this over.
What a spell from Michelle Botha. Absolutely brilliant bowler she is. Once again the ball coming into the bat and it is given out LBW. That was a brilliant one, quicker one, armour one, caught batter right in front. And we'll have to see what are they going to do, whether they're going to do for another DRS.
So Sharing Yering has decided not to go take the DRS and she's making a walk back to the dugout. So Kuwait crumbling.
Crumbled, not crumbling, almost 8 wicket down now. Perhaps the lowest total so far in this tournament. There's still 2 wickets to go.
I thought Sharing was trying to indicate to the umpire that she had something on her bat, but then she decided not to take the DRS and has walked away. So it's now 24 for 8. 4 wickets in this over. And both are now on looking for a hat-trick. 2 of 2, and she's now looking for a hat-trick.
What a spell from her. Absolutely marvellous from Michelle Botha on the hat-trick. Jasvi has to see how she is going to face this delivery, whether she will get the hat-trick or she will deny it. Lucky escape denied.
She just brought her bat down right on time. 24 for 8 at the end of 12.
No answer from Kuwaiti batters of the brilliant spin bowling of UAE and of course the fast bowling from them. The top scorer, Rifa Jilani, went really early. Asma Sharif also went early. Mariam also went early. The bulk of the batters back into the dugout very early. Skitty Thompson now. A thorough professional side like UAE is always, love to see.
That's a wide down the leg side. Umpire Gopakumar stretches out his hands, doing some exercise.
Absolutely disastrous situation for Kuwait. Doesn't come up. Smashed it to the mid-wicket boundary. But the cover is there. Only 1 run.
Katie Thompson now getting ready to go around and across. Jasvi will be taking the strike.
The wicket number 9. Once again, Katie Thompson bowled into the stump. She went back, tried to cut, makes no contact, and the wicket's castled. Wicket number 9.
The bowls, and the batter tries to heave it down the leg, a slog, but doesn't connect, misses, and shatters the stumps.
Very dismal show from the Kuwaiti batters. We have high expectations that today it will be a very, very good match. But the bowling from UAE, fast bowling and the spinners really destroyed the Kuwaiti batters. All top order batters got back very early within the score of 20 runs. All credit to Michelle Botha, who got 4 wickets.
The initial spell by Dharni and Induja Nandakumar put pressure under the Kuwaiti batters. They were not able to wriggle out of that situation, and then they are now at 26 for 9.
All credit to the captain, Isha Oza, who used her bowlers absolutely brilliantly. All the changes she brought results in wickets of Kuwait. Nice placement of the field also. Looks how much experience she is and how to use her bowlers. That's a great thing for her. Very, very quiet evening here. As we are talking about that this match will definitely go a long way. But all credit to UAE bowlers who did tremendous work for them. Once again down the leg side.
There goes the last wicket, a run out. The wicket keeper picks the ball and throws down the stumps. Tirtha Satish has been a live wire behind the stumps, and she's broken the wicket.
Unbelievable stuff from UAE. This is the one. Played it out to the short square leg rather, and direct through from the wicket keeper. Ends the Kuwait innings. Look at that one, nicely, way away from the wicket the batter was, and no hesitation from by Amerat to give her out. So 26 all out in 12.3 overs Kuwait. I'm sure they must be thinking that where they went wrong. Once again, reckless shots from them. This is the first one. Caught at the short mid-off, this first wicket. And come again, castle the stumps. Armaman coming into the batter. That one then Shaul appealed for LBW and she was given out LBW. No chance forever. Once again, this is the beauty from Michelle. Armour into the batter. Once again, castle the stumps. And this is the run out you're talking about. Some overthrows, and lately they ran for 2, but both the batters ended at one end. And this was a wicket in the top, once again taken nicely by short mid-wicket fielder. That was the over which was Michelle bowled. 3 wickets in that over. Absolutely brilliant bowling from her. And that was the last wicket. Just go back. Castle the stumps. And this is the last wicket Wicketkeeper ran her out. Absolutely. 26 all out.
The Kuwaiti batters had absolutely no answers, and the initial pressure built up by Samaira Dharmidikara and Induja Nandakumar was too much for the Kuwaitis to handle, and they wound up at 26.
Well, nobody could reach the double figures that from the Kuwaiti side. And what a spell from the UAE bowlers. Absolutely fantastic bowling from them. Michelle Botha, I'm sure, topped the batting bowling with 4 wickets. 1 wicket to Nanda Kumar. 1 for 7. It is Michelle Deline Botha who got 4 wickets for just 6 runs. What a spell. Economy is 2 runs. And equally good Mahesh, 2 for 4. And the last wicket, Katie Thompson, 1 for 2. A dismal batting show from Kuwait, but absolutely thrilling bowling performance from UAE. Result in out to 26 all out Kuwait.
All the UAE bowlers bowled very good line length, but credit to Samaira Dharmidikara for the excellent initial spell. 4 overs for just 4 runs. She kept it tight, and the batters had no clue. And she was breathing fire into it, and finally Kuwait have wound up at 26 runs.
We'll take a short break and come back for the chase.
Welcome back. We are all set for that second innings. Isha Oza and Tirtha Satish. No change up here for UAE. That opening partnership, that opening pair will look to make this a quick affair. It's been not a great day in the office for Kuwait with the bat in hand. They were put into bat in hand, and UAE with all their might, all their experience and all the skill that they possess made sure that not much has to be done in that second innings. You still have to get a few runs. It's under a 30. Can they get it in quick time? Now that's the question that one must ask. It's a target of 27 as Sabreen Zaki will be bowling that first over to Isha Oza. First ball, inside edge into the hands of a waiting Amna Sharif. Joining me in the comm box is going to be Pranav Mehta. What do you make of that performance by UAE bowlers in that first innings?
I think that the entire UAE side is an enemy of Isha Oza. They don't want Isha Oza to be the player of the tournament.
Well, if it's not Isha Oza, obviously it's got to be one of the UAE bowlers, because that just means that the UAE bowlers are picking up far too many wickets and too quickly.
They're sharing it. The problem is that they're sharing it. So Isha Oza, the way she lit the tournament up in the very first game, after that she's not had much of an opportunity.
Short, wide, placed to perfection. Isha Oza gets things going for UAE with a boundary.
At the moment it is way too easy for Isha Oza. Back of length, rocks onto her back foot. She's really tall and uses her height to her advantage. All she has to do is put it in the gap. Completely in control. She's a very special player, Isha Oza.
Full, this time looks to clear the infield. Yang Chen will not be able to get a bit of hand onto it. It's going to be another boundary for Isha Oza. It's back-to-back stuff here for UAE and Isha.
Too good a player, Isha Oza. If it was back of length on the previous occasion, this time way too full. It's a full toss. Sabreen Zaki certainly doesn't have the luxury with the kind of score that is there on the board. UAE are in a hurry, and so is Isha Oza.
Coming in from the LNG end. Good stop by Maria Jaswi. She's a very, very handy operator and a nimble fielder at that backward point position.
Needs to produce a gem of a delivery. If Kuwait want to make this game even a little bit interesting, they'll have to pick up wickets. 3-4 of them very quickly.
Up in the air, there is a fielder out there. I believe it's Khatija. Only a single, which means Isha Oza will keep strike in the next over. First over gone, UAE and 9 for 0.
Holds on to the strike. Isha Oza. She's hungry. But her team is leaving her starving.
Well, you got to do what you got to do anyways, because Isha Oza is a class player. No matter the amount of player of the matches or the player of the tournaments you get, you do know the kind of class that she packs. Here's another one. This time powering through that mid-wicket region. It was just making it really easy for Isha Oza to operate out there by giving those short deliveries.
Look at the way she goes onto the front foot, onto the back foot, goes deep into the crease and powers it through the line, showing it the full face of the bat, and that's what makes her very special. Isha Oza, probably one of the better players in the associate circuit when you're talking about power game, and she produces that right at the top. That's what makes her even more special.
Wide, and there's been some sort of an appeal. Isha Oza immediately goes for the DRS because umpire Gopakumar has raised his finger.
Shering Yanchen was not even interested in the appeal. But the keeper went after it immediately. Suchita Lita. And as soon as umpire Gopakumar gave Isha Oza out, immediately Isha Oza went for a referral. That's okay. Pretty much okay.
It'll all boil down to Nick Sense to make the judgment. At the moment, looking for something that will suggest that it's near to the bat. It certainly must have produced a very strong noise. Otherwise, umpire Gopakumar, one of the best of the lot, wouldn't have raised that finger.
Certainly, this is going to be very interesting. I feel there is a certain deflection. This is going to be the answer. Oh, it's a goner. Bottom edge. Great keeping from Suchita Lita to hold on to a catch as such as that. It's one of the difficult catches to hold on when it's a bottom edge. You can see the deflection and you can see her hands going with the ball, and that's where it's a special effort from Suchita Lita behind the stumps.
Up goes the finger, that's confirmation. Isha Oza looking to power through and reach that 27 run mark as soon as possible. Will have to make do with heading back into the dugout. The rest of the team will do this.
They needed a wicket. A wicket has been produced. Shering Yangchen. A moment of excellence. Isha Oza, the big fish, is back in the dugout.
Shows the full face of the bat. Looks to take the single. Denied. You've got all the time in the world, so nothing to worry about. It's only 14 runs needed now. Just going to be a mere formality of how quickly they can manage to do it.
Is it the night watchman or watchwoman? Samara Dharnidarka certainly doesn't bat at number 3.
Well, she's a handy bat, and the reason why they've sent her up the order is to probably look to tonk a few, and that will prove in handy, especially against the slightly tougher opponents. Kuwait was one of them, so you can look to give them a little bit of time out there in the centre. Oh, that was crunched. Probably one of the reasons why she sent out there.
Yeah, I was just wondering. They've gone past Oman. They're about to get past Kuwait. Wonder from where will we manufacture tougher opponents for them?
It's for those bigger occasions.
Yeah, I got that. I was just making a little bit of a humor of an evening where it's all been very serious.
Well, certainly, Kuwait will have to shrug this off as soon as possible. 2 overs gone, 14 for 1.
Samara Darnidarka, promoted to number 3, will have an opportunity to prove her mantle. And that's going to be against Maria Jaswi at the moment. And handy bowler.
Good delivery first up. Hard length. Ball not bouncing so much, but skidding through and hurried on to Samaira. That's a good delivery to have in the whole mix of things. Remember, Kuwait plays Oman next in another 24 hours, and that's when they need to be on their A game. How important is this loss, or rather how damaging is this loss for Kuwait? Big shot, this time clears the infield. Zifa Jilani out near the boundary ropes. Means only a single now. Tirtha Satish will get her first delivery. She's had a quiet tournament so far.
They've quickly moved on to 15 for the loss of 1 UAE, chasing 27. They just need 12 runs more to win. One of those dominating performances from UAE. They're continuing to impress one and all, especially in the GCC circuit.
Down the ground. Looks to get a shy at the stumps, but Tirtha Satish, a bit too quick running between the wickets, will manage to get to the other end. Samaira has another go at Maria Jaswi. Oh, good fielding. Completely stretched out, looking to stop the ball.
Now UAE started this tournament against Oman, getting Oman 63 all out. And then they played Qatar, where they got Qatar 47 all out. Pulled beautifully, goes all the way. Tirtha Satish is a special player, and she's just showcasing why.
Yeah, wry smile from Maria Jaswi, because she certainly bowled a very, very good ball. Nothing wrong with that. It was short. It was coming in sharply to the left hander, skidding on. But what beautiful way to deal with such deliveries. Tirtha Satish getting into the act. Powerful strike towards that leg side boundary.
63, 47, now 26. They're only getting better with each passing day, UAE.
The next game against Saudi Arabia, and one might just hope that Saudi Arabia puts up a good show against UAE. It would be such a confidence booster for a side like Saudi Arabia. Now that you've seen Kuwait not have a great day out in the field with the bat in hand. And if they manage to just do a little better than Kuwait or even Oman or even Bahrain, as a matter of fact, it would just be such a huge confidence booster for women's cricket in that particular region. End of the over, 3 gone, 23 for the loss of 1 UAE.
Mere formalities, 4 to win. Dias comes into the attack. Candice Dias. Believe she's been around for a while now.
Oh yes, she has been in and around that Kuwaiti setup, but then you would always see her just being away, not being part of that playing 11. Puts in the hard work and now has got a chance for herself. Handy pace bowler to have. Full delivery. Has got a good slingy sort of an action. Enough bit of pace to trouble. At the moment, just taking her along for singles. 3 more needed to win.
Tirtha Satish, 7 of 3. She's got a maximum. What a pull shot was that?
Oh yes, and she'll feel so much more confident and so much more better after that. You just want to hope that if UAE win the toss tomorrow, they would want to have to bat first, so that Isha Oza and Tirtha Satish get some runs behind their back, feel in prime form before the big finale. Because from the way they are just powering through the sides at the moment, it's mostly a done deal for UAE.
You're right. The last thing that they want is the batters to be exposed to one of those sides in the finale with no runs behind their back. Yes, they're an experienced side and all these batters have scored ample amount of runs back home in UAE or in other tournaments. But to get runs in the GCC Women's T20I Championship 2025 is a different deal. Acclimatization is very important.
Wide delivery. Scores are level. Not too much remaining now. Just 1 run away. UAE have completed a rout at the moment. Full punches it into the hands of the fielder. Amna Sharif has been waiting at short cover. Full once again, looking to run that single quickly. Lets this one go, Yang Chen. They'll complete 2 instead. It's completed. It's done and dusted. UAE win this contest by 9 wickets. It's been a professional rout of the likes of Kuwait, who came into this tournament with a big name and with the reputation of being a thorough professional side, a fit side, at the moment just facing the brunt of an inform and prime Kuwait has lost this game. UAE making sure they get another points in this tournament to their favour. Handshakes all around. It's going to be a very long night where Captain Amna Sharif will want to speak to her compatriots, will want to speak to her team and say, never mind, it's just a bad day in office. Let's have a look at how UAE went about that chase. Isha Oza, some good striking from the bat of Isha Oza, especially this one towards the mid-wicket region. Yang Chen then producing the faintest of edges. Up goes the finger by umpire Gopakumar. Isha Oza has to walk. Teetha Satish pulling off this massive six. Was powered through that square leg boundary, completing a well-rounded victory. Isha Oza gone for 13 of 8 deliveries courtesy Yang Chen. Teetha Satish 8 and Samaira Dharnidharka with 5 runs and 11 deliveries. They have won this contest by 9 wickets. As far as bowling is concerned, Shering Yang Chen has picked up a wicket for 5 runs in her solitary over. Not much to defend, but then that bowling effort had only 1 extra to help UAE win by 9 wickets. Here's the summary. 4 wickets for Michelle Botha, and she'll be very happy about that. There's also Vaishnavi Mahesh, who I believed bowled absolute beauties. Katie Thompson got a wicket for herself as well. UAE in response with the bat in hand. Isha Oza 13 of 8. Teetha Satish scored 8 and remained unbeaten, and so did Samaira Dharnidharka. That's pretty much it. Tonight, we've got plenty more cricketing action coming your way tomorrow. But then, at the moment, we'll just have to wait for a few moments and go on a short break before Pranav Mehta has the 2 captains and the player of the match in the post-match presentation ceremony.
Game number 9 of the GCC Women's T20I Championship 2025. One would not believe that Kuwait versus UAE, a match that was being awaited, would end in such a fashion. UAE, a sure force of domination. The way they're cruising through this tournament is unbelievable. But first, we need to be talking to Amna Sharif, the captain of Kuwait. Amna, tough outing, isn't it?
Yeah, tough day, but I think we just have to put this behind us, just understand, what we've done wrong and just come back tomorrow in a much more stronger way.
Lots of errors. What have you done wrong?
Look, we all know UAE is a very quality side. Can't take anything away from them, obviously, and it's also a process for our team. I think it's a process of going through tough days like that, understanding that it's not easy. We need to go through days like this, but we need to also come back stronger from these days and not repeat those mistakes again. I think something we need to do is take accountability and show we don't keep doing the same mistakes over and over again. Be a bit more brave at heart and just go out there and show what we can really do, because we've got the skill set. I think it's just a matter of really coming out and executing them at the right time.
Talk us about Priyada Murli. You're missing her, aren't you?
Yeah, obviously, when you lose an all-rounder like that, it hurts the team. But obviously, we've got a good replacement in Candice. She's a very capable youngster. We've got some other people sitting out on the bench. Unfortunate, but I think we'll have to go through it.
Less than 24 hours, Oman versus Kuwait. Almost a semi-final. Would I be wrong in saying that?
No, absolutely. I think tomorrow's a decider. We'll just have to, get back to the dressing room.
Do stay tuned, because tomorrow is lots more action. Oman versus Kuwait. That's a game that is so much awaited to be watched out. Almost a semi-final. And that's where you want to stay tuned to lots more action here at the Oman Cricket Academy. It is the GCC Women's T20I Championship 2025.